Good afternoon and welcome to Evans Halshaw on this sunny day. And we're here to pick up this, the new Kuga Hybrid, around 70 to the gallon. I'm Ben Quirk, welcome to Planet Auto. Welcome to the forecourt with the new Kuga Hybrid. So this is a full hybrid. Now you get PHEVs and you get miles, but this, you don't need to charge, but it still gives you decent economy, around 70 miles. And considering its size, it's pretty damn good. The thing is, under the bonnet, you've got a 2.5 litre Duratec engine with an Atkinson cycle system, and then an electric motor. It's mated to a CVT, but bear with me for a moment. Not all CVTs are made the same. And with this, it puts the power down rather efficiently. It's pretty quick, but with around 180 brake horsepower, it's not really surprising, is it? Nowadays, hybrids run anything from 1 litre up to about 1.5. So this at least gives it a massively sturdy, well, powertrain. The hybrid system's rather impressive, and it will use electric as much as possible. So you'll just be driving along, and it'll drop into electric. And it is seamless. And that's what I look for, especially in a new hybrid vehicle. But I suppose the biggest thing you take away from this is you get great economy, but you never need to charge it. That's immense. It's also a bit of a stepping stone if you're looking at moving to EVs. To think, the last time I drove one of these was 2018. It's changed significantly. It's now on a new platform. Well, compared to the one I drove. This is actually a facelift of the new one that was released, and I think it was around 2022. Varying powertrains, everything from all-wheel drive to front-wheel drive, full hybrid, PHEV, and even a pure petrol. As we've noticed of late, prices are going up, but you can pick one of these up for the modest price of around 32,000. Now that'll give you a petrol engine. It also has a manual gearbox. This, however, because it's the full hybrid, and that comes in at around 38,000. There's a fair number of trims too, like our ST line. There's also an X, a titanium, and the active. So there's going to be a Kuga that will suit, and it really is a looker. I mean, I compare this back to the one that I drove in 2018, and it's far sleeker, less bubbly. Looks more like a sporty Focus rather than a big SUV. Thing is, it hasn't compromised any of the space. It's still as roomy and practical and versatile as you've ever known Kuga to be. Now when it comes to features, there's pretty much everything you could ever want. You've got matrix lights, 12-way adjustable seats, that's for the driver and the passenger, heads-up displays and panoramics, climate control, and a range of sporty wheels, and everything in between. It'll also tow up to 2,100 kilograms. It's commanding, lovely curvature, daytime running lights that run across the top of either LEDs or LED matrix. And the system works exceptionally. You see a flicker and bend light, chrome accents that sweep round, black glosses. I mean, just look at the splitter. Now normally chrome wouldn't equal sport, but in this case, I think it really adds. And it's all topped off with this, a light bar. I'm also a fan of the big Ford badge. It almost looks like it's glowing. Just look at the way that the light illuminates around the housing. Now it's got a real presence. Now it's got all the safety and convenience covered. Everything from AEB, mitigation systems, adaptive cruise, but you've also got bicycle and pedestrian detection and all types of things. Not forgetting parking sensors and cameras. Great visibility throughout. I like these vents too. Yeah, okay, they are stick on, but they look pretty good. The Kuga's dimensions suit it down to the ground. It's not too long, it's not too wide. It's what I call a Goldilocks SUV. Easy to manoeuvre around town and not too wide on a country road. Also power folding mirrors, that always helps there. If you like this type of video, why not subscribe to the channel? You just hit the button on the right hand side. It's free and you'll get an alert every time we upload. Also, if you do like the video, why not give it a like? It all helps and it means we can get more cars. Thank you. Sporty wheels, diamond cut, and they do remind me a little, not completely, of the old RS model wheels. And I do love a red caliper. It's a clean side profile, but I do like the way that these side skirts jut out. But they don't hang low like the old RS kits. They still have that feel to them. Because back in the day, I used to have a lot of Ford cars. And it wouldn't be an ST line without this emblem. Let's take a look inside. Keyless entry and colour-coded door handles and colour-coded mirrors. No button to press, the door opens nice and wide, and this is a decent opening too. Soft touches on the door and a padded area. Now the thing is, we've been spoiled by Ford Explorer, so we're seeing what the future of Ford is like. With this, you can tell it's not old per se, but it's definitely more traditional Ford. So it'll be interesting to see where Kuga goes on, say, the next generation. Climbing in, looks to be child's play. I need to duck my head a little bit, but apart from that, nice and easy. Fully electric seats, and that's the drivers and the passengers, including electronic lumbar support, memory function for our electric seats, and a decent cup holder. It's segmented, so you could put a micro butty in there, that's a new thing, a drink, and a packet of sweeties. I like this finish. Flat bottom steering wheel, very nice. Digital cluster, the new Ford Sync system. Lots of buttons and rotaries. Now that's what I like to see. Also, we've got the heads-up display. Down here, a little dial, so you can set your auto lights, and also there's a button for your power tailgate. Oh, and you can brighten your cluster. That's a nice touch, a reflector for when the doors open. Solid. No, it's well constructed across the board. There's a lot of plastics, but they're a decent grade. Don't get me wrong, you will find some soft materials too. And also interesting finishes, padded areas here. Perfect for those long hauls. Lots of storage points, cup holders, and at a glance, it's just easy to use. I mean, for a start, you've got a rotary here. You've got your park, reverse, your neutral, and your drive. And L is essentially heavier regen. Now, it's very well put together. And as it's a facelift, they've just, I suppose, spruced it up. And it really adds to it. Now, yes, granted, since the previous facelift, they have minimalised a few things. For example, some of the buttons have gone. But it's nothing really to write home about. Your engine start-stop button here, things like camera buttons, etc. Yeah, they're actually buttons, rather than bits of hapticness, which not everybody's a fan of. I love the way that the cup holders are illuminated, and they've got grippers. And don't forget a wireless charging pad. Armrest that's just wide enough for you and your passenger. Oddments tray, and yeah, decent sized. It's a party trick. You can slide this forward. Digital cluster, you can see all your information easily. You've got media, efficiency, etc, etc. And I am a fan of this new infotainment system. It's bigger than the previous one. It's also landscape. It's responsive, it's easy to use, and it's full of functionality. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, satellite navigation, apps, in a word, the whole 9 yards. That is a nice startup screen. Now, unlike the previous gen, your fan, heaters, heated seats, etc. is all operated through here, but it's nice and simple. And you've got 3 levels of heated seat. Heated steering wheel, and to get home, you just press the top right corner. It's not the fastest system we've used, but it does a good job. Proper buttons on the steering wheel, and you can easily scroll through your cluster. On the left hand side, adaptive cruise. And one addition that Annabelle and I love in a car, even if it's an option, it's well worth paying for, is a heads-up display. It just means that you can keep your eye on the road and see all the information in the windscreen rather than looking down your cluster. It's great to see that they've not removed a rotary volume. Comfortable buckety seats, supportive. They are dark, yes, but that's what we're seeing more and more. The thing is, there isn't a colour option because we've got an ST line, we've got red stitching. Reach and rake in the steering wheel. As to headroom, what's that, about 2 inches? Nice. It's a comfortable driving position, and as it's a hybrid with a CVT, we've got 2-pedal system with a footrest on the left. Now, it'd be great for a long haul. It's a nice spacious cabin, and even with my seat on the floor, the dash doesn't seem too high. You've got great visibility throughout. One thing that Ford majorly score points for is the additions for the driver. For example, adjustable seatbelt and grab handle. Decent sized glove box, quite a rarity in today's world. Map reading lights and your buttons for your panoramic, and a sunglasses holder. Perfection. Not forgetting an auto dimming mirror. And I think that's your lot. Let's take a look in the back. I almost forgot. Got a premium sound system, and it's B&O. Also, look at this. Perfect. Got a pleasing silhouette, and it really pops in this blue. Speaking of colours, there's a fair old palette too. I love the sleek sloping roofline, and if you've noticed, it also arcs towards the centre as well, so it doesn't limit headroom in the back. The doors do not cover the sills, so bear that when you're getting out in, say, a muddy field. Discs all round. And as we mentioned before, red calipers, and that's front and back too. And it stops as well as it goes. It's a decent size, and it carries off the designation rather well. Let's take a look in the back. The door opens nice and wide, and once again, soft touches. Yeah, the top of the door card's hard, but it does reflect the front, so that's good to see. Climbing in, I do have to duck my head a bit, but once in, the roof juts up. Decent legroom, and I can get my feet under the seat. Electric window, decent door pocket, and yeah, that's great to see. It's amazing how many manufacturers will omit a nice comfortable padded armrest in the rear. Privacy glass too, but with a panoramic, it's just not a challenge. It's just a pity there's no heated seats, or is there? Yeah, they're here on the centre console. It's great to see grab handles above every door. Also map reading lights. Yes, it's a dark roof, but it just doesn't matter because you've got that panoramic and it's lovely and light and airy. Comfortable seats, and they're finished the same way as the front. Red stitching, and we've got a pull down armrest. Cup holders, and that is a lovely comfortable position. And I have recline. And there's a fair bit of adjustment. And not only that, this slides independently to this. And it's the same with both. Now it's spacious, lots of legroom, slight raise in the transmission tunnel, but nothing to write home about. In the centre, USBs, and yes, 2-stage heated seats. Now the ST line's equipped rather well. Headroom, reclined, what's that, about 2 inches? Upright, still doesn't brush, gives you about 1 inch. Great view through the centre, and the whole cabin just feels, well, spacious. But it doesn't look like it would be this big from the outside. It's very TARDIS-like. Finally, vents in the centre, mat pockets, isofix points, and curtain side airbags. Let's take a look at the rear. One thing I've noticed with Kuga is it's nice and easy to get out because of the ride height. Here's something, now you've got to be quick. Such a clean look. But if that child does decide to go wham, you mitigate any damage to this car and also the car next to you because of these. Very clever idea. The rear, yeah, it's not changed too much, but I think that's a good thing. It's sleek, you've got the LED lights, Kuga across the rear, decent sized back window, a sporty rear spoiler, and twin shark fin. The two-tone really works, and twin exhaust, proper exhaust in each. It's got a decent ride height, but with the option of an all-wheel drive powertrain, that's a must, and it means you can get off the beaten track. And it's finished off nicely with parking sensors, a reversing camera, and features like cross-traffic alert. Let's take a look in the boot. It's not the fastest opening, and it does close a fair bit quicker. Let's test the safety of the tail. Yep, very good. Decent size and virtually no boot lip. Tethering points, quite easily get, what, a couple of months worth of shopping. Also, absolutely no problem with going on holiday. 12-volt socket, shopping bag hooks, and if you lift up the floor, mega storage, inflation kit, and some gubbins for the car. On the flat, I can quite easily stand under here as well, so that's always a plus. No parcel shell. Now, you can remove this, but you don't really need to. Drop in the seats, pull this, and then the seats will drop. Very nice. Doesn't lay entirely flat, but it's pretty damn good. Also very little gap there. I'll quite easily get my EMTB in there, but I might have to remove the front wheel. Finally, a sub and B&O. One heck of a sound system in this. Let's go and have a look under the bonnet. To open, pull twice. To release, lift up. No struts. That would have been excellent. So, it's a decent weight. Nice and easy to see where to top up your fluids. And just look at that 2.5 litre. Bit of a beast, isn't it? Time to see how it drives. Welcome behind the wheel of the new Kuga fully hybrid electric vehicle. So you don't have to charge this. And if you heard, it pulled away in electric. And now it's added the petrol engine. So under the bonnet, we've got a 2.5 litre 4-cylinder Duratec. It's an Atkinson cycle system, and it's got an electric motor as well. It develops around 180 brake horsepower, and that little beep there tells me I've exceeded the limit. So it's not too naggy either, which is nice. It's amazing how many times this will drop into electric mode as well. Refinement in the cabin is pretty good, and that's running 19-inch wheels. It just seamlessly transitions between different modes.
The thing is, it's got great brakes, so it stops as well as it goes.
It does, and you've got a decent level of overwatch and features galore. Now we're on beaten and battered roads, there's no getting away from it, so you will hear some road noise, but when you get on a nice bit of tarmac, it's amazing how quiet it becomes. Sorry, I'm just watching out for pheasants. It's kind of pheasant season.
It is, yes.
And they just wander out, don't they? That's a nice heavy weighty braking, and that's not even in L. Right, let's try L. Yep, that increases engine braking as well. So now, if we look at the cluster, we can see the recharge rate has increased. And if I turn it off, oh look, it's dropped back into electric, and now it's charging, and then electric, then charging.
Well, as you said before, it is a seamless system, isn't it?
And it's quick, no jerkiness. It's still pretty quick, and that's a CVT. Economy, what's this claiming at the moment? I think the Ford figures are around 70 miles per gallon. Now realistically, I'll be getting, what, 55, 60? Kuga is a decent sized SUV, perfect for the family.
And you actually think it is bigger than it is because of how much room you've got in the cabin.
I know, but it doesn't feel like that when you're manoeuvring, does it?
Not at all, no.
And it's got a great turning circle. It's comfortable. You've got supportive seats. The suspension's a good mix, so it gives you a decent, engaging, dynamic drive, but at the same time, it's not to the point that it's rigid and like a lowered car. No, it's not too wallowy. You get a little bit of body roll, but that just adds to the comfort. But it holds the road like nobody's business.
Well, that's it. Considering that it's not a full EV, it does stick to the road like glue, doesn't it?
It does. It's got decent acceleration through the rev range as well, so you can have a lot of fun in this, considering it's a family SUV. On motorways, absolutely no problem getting up to speed. So you've got all your safety and your adaptive as well, things like matrix lights. But the adaptive cruise control, it's a must on a motorway. I've left one of the best to last, and that's the steering. You've got the lovely flat bottom steering wheel, but also it's nice and weighty, and it doesn't feel too electronic-y steering. It's got a great feel to it, nice and responsive, and the combo of that, the suspension and the acceleration, it offers quite an agile and dynamic drive, which I like. Now if you're looking for this kind of thing, the best bet is to go and have a blast. Can't say blast, can I? A run. But it's just under 40 grand, and with that economy and practicality, versatility, and all-round funness to drive, no, I think it's a great proposition. Thanks for watching.